your brand today. Did you know executive computer coaching can increase efficiency and productivity by 10 to 20% or more? What can executive training do for you? Train you on what you need to know confidentially. Save you time and make it easier to prepare reports and presentations. Improve your productivity and get things done in less time. Help you keep in touch and communicate more easily while you're on the move for the mobile executive.
Welcome back to Tech Business Solutions. Our next topic is upgrading the technology in your business to improve customer service. And in our studio today is our special guest, Dean Scheuer from Lakewood Supply Company. Lakewood Supply Company was established in 1910 and is a distributor and supplier of specialty products for the masonry, concrete, and poured wall industry throughout northern Ohio. Welcome, Dean. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. Dean, recently you were engaged, or you are engaged currently even, in the aspect of upgrading the technology for your entire company.
Yep.
That's quite a project, and I'm curious in regards to what prompted you to take on this project for the business.
Well, as you mentioned, we're delivery concrete and masonry supply for Northeast Ohio. Mm-hmm. We've got a pretty extensive delivery system set up. That's kind of what we've been putting our focus on. It's fast, it's accurate, and it's hassle-free for the customer. Mm-hmm. We needed to do the same sort of thing with our business system, our business software and our hardware. It's a little outdated, so it needed to be upgraded.
Who are some of your customers, for example?
Some of our larger customers are like Cleveland Cement contractors, mm-hmm. Tri-County Excavating. There's two of the bigger ones.
Okay. So. And your business is also seasonal based on weather, obviously.
Absolutely. Yep.
When you're designing a system, usually the starting point is the software. Let that drive the rest of the aspects of things. And you recently just went through the research, demo, and selection phase for software in a relatively short amount of time in comparison. And can you share some of your experience with that aspect of it? I think many people that are business owners that are thinking in that direction don't really have a clue on what to expect there.
Right. Well, I mean, it's almost like anything else. You got to do your due diligence. You got to contact a whole bunch of companies that you get good recommendations from, mm-hmm. and they bring in their salespeople and they demonstrate what their software can do. I think the most important aspect of that was for us to compile a list of what we need, and then a list of kind of what would be nice on top of that too.
Wish list, so and so must-haves.
Right.
Did you find also that as you were looking more and more and deeper into your business to develop that list and your requirements for software, that you really took a better look at your business and processes?
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And we found out that we were perfect 100%. We don't need to do it. No. You find all sorts of things. You go, I can't believe we're doing it this way, mm-hmm. or how this slipped through the cracks, or this is causing this problem.
Right.
You find out these things. So it's helpful from that standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It also lets the employees take a look at what they're doing in the company too.
Right.
I want this in a software, but I kind of could be doing
mm-hmm.
X, Y, Z a little bit better too.
Right.
So it helps out that way.
I think it's also important for people to realize, like you just stated there, that in many cases, especially I think the software you have in place today is 13, 15 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And over the years, you just modify your business practices around that, mm-hmm. even though now you're looking at it from a totally unbiased position. You're saying, why did we do that?
Right.
It really opens your eyes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. How do you see this technology already improving the excellent customer service that Lakewood Supply offers today?
Well, it's going to speed some things up for us.
Such as?
It's going to speed up the length of time a customer has to be at a counter while an order is input into the system. It's going to speed up the length of time it takes for a customer to get a quote from us, mm-hmm. Or to even follow up on a quote. If the customer calls back and said, hey, I took an order with this salesperson, mm-hmm. he's not there, can you look for it? We don't have to physically go look for a piece of paper. Yeah.
So you have a point-of-sale retail operation. Uh-huh. You have quotes, bids, proposals.
All the time.
And then I also understand you make deliveries with your own fleet
Yes.
actually 2 sites.
Right.
So you've got a lot of information moving around pretty rapidly there. Okay. How do you see the technology helping or impacting your internal business? We talked a little bit about the customer and that, but can you give us some specifics on how it's going to improve productivity and so on and so on?
Yeah, well, right now we have to do multiple key entries of information in. I mean,
Critical
from the time it's called in to the time it actually gets billed out, it's getting entered in like 3 or 4 times, and that's just not efficient. It's taking up people's time. We're actually looking at this system being put in as almost like hiring another employee.
Absolutely.
It's going to be freeing up someone.
Oh, absolutely.
And from reception to bookkeeping, somewhere along there, it's going to be freeing up some time. So it's going to certainly streamline what we do.
Right, right. Your business has been around, your 3rd generation. A business has been around for 80-some years, I believe. And
must be doing something right, huh?
You would think so. You would think so. But, and again, you're taking a fantastic, smart leap, in my opinion, in keeping your technology and business up to speed with your objectives of customer service. But I guess my question is, what separates Lakewood Supply from larger companies in that perspective that you compete with?
Well, it would have to be the fact that we are a small business and that we can get a little bit more personal with the customers. Our salespeople know the customers, and kind of what this technology is going to help us do. It's just basically going to help us organize that relationship. It's not going to create the relationship.
Right.
It's not going to go out and find the relationship, and it's not going to make us not think. We're going to still have to obviously do what we do. It's just going to organize it better so that everybody knows where we stand. We all know that this customer has, this dog's name or something like that. We all need to know this information when you're having a conversation with the person.
Correct.
So it's just organizing it a little bit better.
Correct.
So
as a customer, let's say I'm a mason or a concrete contractor out there working on a project. I walk into your point of sale store and my needs are immediate. I need something now. I just left the job site and it's critical. It seems that that's where Lakewood Supply really comes into play, in really specifically in the specialty areas of products. What kind of products and or equipment do you offer? What are some of the primary things that these people can come in there and purchase or get for their projects?
Well, I mean, if it's we supply reinforced steel, we supply wire mesh for concrete, things like that. But a lot of times it's the chemicals, the curing agents and various chemicals, epoxies or whatnot, that a guy comes off the job and he looks at his list and he goes, hey, I didn't notice this was on there and I need it right now. Well, we have to have it in stock and we have to have it from a variety of companies. The same thing, because one architect might spec it from this company, another one might spec it from another. You got to carry all different types, So what we're going to be able to do is, first of all, we're going to be able to track the inventory better than we have been with our old system, and that's going to ensure that this product is in stock when the customer comes in and needs it. It's a specialty product. He knows where to go. He can get it. So.
Right. So I can come into the store, order or pick up my will call, and I'm out of there.
Right. Move on fast.
Very good. When you're also talking about paperwork from that perspective, let's talk about your orders that relate to deliveries with your trucks, fleets in that direction there. I would assume that internally the technology is going to help ensure that that order is right before it goes out and all the way down the line there.
Specifically when it comes to pricing. Actually, the system, what we have right now, it's paper. You're literally writing on a shipping ticket. You're handing it to a guy. He's doling it out, and it's going on there. And from an efficiency standpoint, it's really not bad, just from a delivery standpoint. But a lot of times when it goes from paper into the computer, there's a rekeying thing. Pricing problems can happen, or a customer, this is a specific job, the salesman didn't write that down, now there's a price conflict.
Right.
The person who's doing the shipping order is actually inputting it in the computer, and the pricing that he told the customer will be in there.
Right. So there again, it helps me as the customer from the perspective, from an outside standpoint, that the person taking the order or putting the order in, the information is consistent throughout. There's not a chance for another human error to come into play.
He doesn't have to call back and say, hey, so-and-so told me it's this much, I got my bill, it's this much. So-and-so put the bill in, so it's
And also to the customer, it expedites that whole process, I would assume,
Yeah.
To ensure the correctness, and that's critical to me as the customer. But what I'm hearing you also say is that the system will enhance your capability. So if I do have a question about my bill or an order or something, it'd be much easier within a couple clicks or so for you to look up that history. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Right, and right now there's with the legacy system, our old system, there's the ability to look through history, but it's tedious. You literally have to go from order to order and sit there and flick right down the screen.
Right.
We're going to be able to look at specific orders, look up specific material, times, I mean, any of that stuff.
Very good.
So it's really flexible.
Right. And that is the basis behind most CRM strategies on a global basis, is really to make it much easier for the customer to do business with you. And a lot of that is communication and being able to have at your fingertips various data to answer their questions.
Right.
Obviously, along with the internal aspect of productivity and so on and so on. Again, Dean, I have to congratulate you on taking quite a leap on that aspect of really moving your company forward to be competitive in the market. You're a small to medium family-owned business, third generation, and I think there's many, many other business owners out there in a similar situation that are hesitant to make that move. What advice would you like to give them?
Well, I mean, basically, you're always looking at your business from customer first. I mean, if you're not doing that, then my advice is get out of business. If the customer's first, then your system needs to be set up to support that. And if you take a good hard look at your system and see that no, it's not efficient, it's not getting the information out there quicker, if customers are asking questions and they're having to be put on hold for a while or having to be called back, I hate having to call someone back. I want to give them that information right then and there, not go out to the warehouse and look to see if we have it. I want to look on the screen and say, yes, we have it, I know this is accurate. Then you're going to need to, if those things aren't filled, you're going to need to upgrade your system. You're going to need to do something to achieve that goal.
Right.
So.
And I think what I learned today is that do your due diligence, look at your return on investment as you did, and it comes or could come in a number of directions.
Right.
Productivity, you don't need additional staff to do processing, so on, but really the emphasis, and I totally agree with this concept today, that the focus has to be around customer service.
Yeah.
I agree. And finally, your statements tell me is if you're on the fence and you feel your business is viable, take the next step.
Absolutely. Yep.
Take the leap.
Do it.
Good for you.
Unless you're our competitors, then keep your
absolutely.
current systems.
Well, I want to thank you for your time and advice, and I hope you learned something today that you can utilize within your own business. We'll see you again next Monday evening at 7 p.m. Good night and take care.
We thank you for watching Tech Business Solutions. We would also like to thank our partners, Cox Business Services, and our guests. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future business technology topics you would like to have aired, please email your questions to info@sjkberinger.com or visit our website at www.sjkberinger.com. Please join us again every Monday night at 7 p.m. with new topics airing monthly.
There's a channel for just about anything you want on TV. Sports, movies, cooking.
And my favorite, music, 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 as well as more music.
My friend Franklin here is talking about Music Choice.
Music Choice is where music happens, and it's available on digital cable.
Music Choice gives you the power to tap into dozens of non-stop music channels 24 hours a day. The power to have the music you want when you want it. The power to choose your favorite...
Oh, I want the power.
Take it easy, Franklin.
Sorry, man, but listen to what you get.
Everything from classic R&B to today's country, 80s,